Right, today I'm going to change the rear shocker on this Mitsubishi Galant 2 litre 2001 model. And I'm going to jack up the back end obviously, so I want to remove the shock absorber. So I chuck the wheels, well I chuck one, stone will do, block of wood, and remove the back wheel. Right, so slacken these wheel nuts while it's still on the ground. In my case it's a 21mm socket, and I use an extension bar. You can buy them at Lidl's, you can buy them at any place, Halfers, and these car shops. Just makes life easy. But just slacken them, don't take it off completely, because we haven't jacked the car out yet, but it's easier to slacken them while it's still on the ground with some weight on the wheel. Right, this is one of the jacking points I use in my car, because it's the tow hitch for pulling a car out of the ditch if you're unlucky enough to end up in a drain with a shot in, or skid off the road in the snow or whatever. So it's a good jacking point. I mean, obviously you don't have to do it there, you could do it on that beam axle over there, or you can use the proper jacking points, which are around the side. Hang on, I'll show you. Right, I don't know if you can see this, but jacking points on the side. Right, we always put a couple of notches on the sill, and that tells you where the strengthened part is for jacking. So you can put your jack there. See the notches? Yeah, there. The rest of your sill is straight. Same at the front. Cut the two notches out so you know where to put your scissor jack. Wind it up. Scissor jacks are good for changing just a puncture. If you're working on a car, don't rely on them. I've had several collapse over the years, and they can go down very fast. So jack your car up, and you take your wheel off, stick it under the car, and if it does collapse, it's coming down on the wheel, keeps it off the ground, makes it easier for jacking up. And if you have axle stands, use at least one, and leave it on the trolley jack. I like the trolley jack. Anyway, today, since the car leans this way, I'm going to jack it on this point, and I turn the wheels to the jack, so that way, rather than that way, or the whole car might slide towards me. Got it? Good. Then we'll jack it up. Right, that's all the wheel nuts off, so now we just get the wheel a good kick, and off it comes. Right. Remove it, and for your own safety's sake, actually I usually sit on it there, right? Today I won't. Stick it under the car, like that. And should the car fall, it falls on the wheel. Gives you a chance of jacking it up again. Right, splash guard. Oh, this is a good one for Sutherland actually. It's complete. I've a wee bit here at the top. Right. You can tell the shock absorber's totally knackered because the oil it's leaked. Hopefully I have the right one. Now it's held on by one bolt here, which I think feels like a could be a 17 or 18, not quite sure. We'll find out. Then it's two bolts inside, and hopefully it'll drop out to the side. But we'll not take any bets on that yet. And take note, the axle stand, onto something secure. Be safe, because last thing you want is a car sitting on your legs. Well, I don't fancy it. Since we're going to be in and out, shaking it all about, keep it on the axle stand, and I keep it on the trolley jack too, so you're jacked up in 2 points, and the spare wheel sitting underneath. Belt and braces. Because you've got one life and 2 legs, quite handy to keep them. Right, enough blabbering, let's get on. Right, this is a 17, and I can assure you 17mm, it was tight, but anyway, we got her moving. Okay. Right, 17mm. Got it off and I pushed it off. This came off quite easy because we want it to come out. Well, I'm hoping it's going to come out over the side. Pretty sure it will. I have to push it up a bit. Anyway, next job is to remove 2 14mm bolts inside. Right, now we're going in here, and this bolster here, you have to, well, not remove it, but you certainly have to get it to come out so you can get at the top of this shocker. Now somebody has obviously been in here and possibly broke it, but I imagine what you're meant to do is put your hand under here and lift it up, and then it comes off a catch which is there, because there's a hook there, but mine has been obviously wrenched off. Anyway, in here, I'll stop shaking about, there's a bolt there, or a nut, and you pull that cap off, chuck it to the side, and we're not touching that one. Okay, that keeps the spring on top of the shock absorber, so you do not release that one yet. You take this one and the one at the back, and then the shock absorber should fall down. Okay, so we'll get on to that bit. Right, that's them off, so now hopefully when we go underneath we should be able to jiggle that out of there. Time will tell. Okay, so now we're going to try and wriggle that out of there and see what happens. Here we go. So now we have it out. That's why we didn't remove the top nut, because it holds that cap on, which holds the spring down. Right, that's the strut, and we're going to you have to squeeze to compress the spring so you can take off the top nut. And if you don't, then it'll go. So don't try that. So you put spring compressors on and then you tighten them up. Watch them. Try and keep them in line, not easy. Try to equal pressure to each side until you compress them. Right, all this is done much easier in a vise. Unfortunately I don't have a vise, so I'm doing it on the ground. To get that 17mm nut off the end was really difficult because the shaft was spinning. So that's why I've gripped it with a moulders, because, well, I'm not going to be using this shock absorber anymore. I've compressed the springs to take the pressure off, so hopefully nothing falls to bits when I take this off. And when you take this off, lay everything out in order so you can put it onto the new one the correct way. And be very careful, because you don't want this spring to go. Okay? Right, how do you tell? Oh, the shock absorber's knackered. Well, you can tell because you push down. So easy. Look at water. It doesn't rise up. Right, it was a pig to take that shock absorber off, to say the least, because it was probably the original one. Anyway, you know, things that make life just that much easier. Is it cumbersome? Or, yeah, cumbersome. I was going to say cobberies, but it's covers. Things like that. Just help, you know. So we put our spring on first. Okay, and it sits, got to a small coil, it's going to sit against that. This next. Put some. No, I can't. And next goes that way. Right. Then we have a spacer. So So that was a shit to go. And it's wider than the other. Look. Right, so that's it on, followed by that way. That's on next, followed by that. Followed by that. Right. So that on. And then that goes on that way. And then that goes on. Restage the bevel up. Why? I don't know. And then the nut. Okay, so we know that the spring has to sit in there. We know that that rubber has to sit at the end of the spring, which is about there. So we start releasing. Tensioners, compressors. Put them in the line here, hope you can see me. Right, I'm hoping you can see this. So top's got a wee flat bit on it, so to tighten up the big nut, now the spring compressors will take off. You hold that and you keep tightening this nut. Till it can go no more. And that's it. Lovely. Right, next, on the end of your shocker, the hole is, if you look at it, sticks out further on one side than the other, right? Because one end is actually wider than the other. So bear in mind, when you put it together, the widest end of the hole faces outside to the bodywork of the car, not inwards towards the exhaust, outwards, right? Widest end facing the wheel, back of the wheel, wheels here. Got it? Right, now we're going to stick it back on. And copper ease. Put it back on there. It's under the cap inside anyway, so it won't harm anything. It won't be on your seats. It Makes life easier for the next poor guy that has to take it apart. Now, mine came adrift relatively easy this bit, but I am putting some copper ease in it because the next person mightn't be so lucky. Okay, the sun is just starting to get in our eyes. Hopefully we can still see. Cover sit on there. Just to make life easy. Take it out of here. Stay there somewhere. Right, that's 2 nuts on finger tight. Right, now to get that onto that, you have to push this down. So if you're on your own, which I am, you just have a big bar, bigger the better. Get it on the caliper, hook it under the bit of body, and push down. And then pull it down. Job done. And don't forget to do up 17mm bolt and put some copper ease in it. Next poor guy that has to take it apart, he'll be blessing you. Right? Then you can do up the top ones. So now you know everything's on. Job done. Right, that's that back in, and these 2 nuts are tightened. And that's tightened. You can check it. You're supposed to hold the top. I've done that all that, didn't you? Right, that's it. Put the bolster back in. There you go. Beautiful. Huh. Ah! I tell a lie. Forgot to put the rubber thing back on. Right. £8. Where is the thing? Here we go. Suck it. Onto that. Turn it to the clicks. There you go. Star pattern. To the clicks. And there you go. And then release the tension on your torque wrench. Because if you're not going to use it for months, it's bad for it sitting fully tensioned up. And I think that concludes today's little lesson. I hope it's of some good to someone. Oh yes, my favourite little trick. Don't forget to take the isn't that a pain in it? Drove all the way to Teen and all the way home. That's 10, 20 miles, still on. It's a good job, it's a tight fit. A lot of people lose them because they get to them up. Back in the glove compartment, ready for the next time.